Today, infamous online conservative commentator Ben Shapiro decided to come out with a scathing op-ed that really hammered the left by stating our point of view. Title: Vice is just more anti-conservative vitriol. Shapiro goes after Adam McKay's new movie about Vice President Dick Cheney, which looks freaking amazing, by the way. Christian Bale plays Cheney.
So we're gonna do this thing, or what? I mean, is this happening?
I believe we can make this work.
His premise is that the movie is emblematic of the, quote, leftist contempt that ensured a Trump victory in 2016. That's a fine premise, I don't agree, but it's at least sane. Here's the part, though, that really got me. Shapiro writes, "The same left that despised President Trump despised George W. Bush long before him. For the most part, the talk about Trump disgracing the office, the talk about Trump's toxic personality, the talk about Trump's divisiveness, all of it is just a cover for the fact that those on the cultural left despise those who aren't on the political left. For them, Trump isn't an outlier. He's merely the latest iteration of the dastardly conservative movement that launched with Nixon, extended through Reagan, grew to Bush, and now culminates in Trump." Yeah, Ben Shapiro. It's called Principles. Thank you for accurately stating our exact position. Bravo, you did a great job. It truly blows my mind that it's shocking to you that us leftists are not huge fans of Bush, a president who started an illegal, pointless, counterproductive war that killed 1 million people, costing the country trillions of dollars. A reminder, Saddam Hussein was in no way involved in 9/11. There were no WMDs in Iraq, and there wasn't even Al-Qaeda in Iraq. Bush and Cheney invaded anyway for blood and greed. Bush created the unconstitutional Patriot Act, which pushed forth an Orwellian security state, expanded protections for gun manufacturers, stifled equality for LGBTQ individuals, gave massive sweeping tax cuts for the rich, and drove us into the Great Recession. And at the end of 2008, right before he left office, he had a 29% approval rating. All of that is true, and all of that can coexist with these truths. Trump, 8 years later, is killing a vast number of innocent people in the Middle East, stripping rights from LGBTQ individuals, and giving huge tax breaks to the rich. Wait, does that not sound on principle in the same vein of what Bush did? Remember, America was embarrassed by Bush back then too. Yeah, there are obvious differences. Trump is elevating and pushing forth a mass fascistic cultural movement, delegitimizing the media in unprecedented ways, and is definitely the stupidest person to ever be president, with Bush being a close second. But Shapiro's entire argument is based on a false premise, that the entirety of the left's criticism of Donald Trump is based on decorum, on the fact that Trump is divisive and uncouth. For someone who is supposedly a new age Republican connecting to millennials online, Ben Shapiro is pretty out of touch with how leftist millennials and the leftist base feel. The decorum argument, you're only hearing that on CNN, on MSNBC, on cable and network news, which entirely represents the establishment. Not even the establishment left, just the establishment. The premise of this article has me wonder, does Ben Shapiro have any clue how actual people and actual leftists really feel? Maybe he does, and he's simply using this straw man argument for clicks. Or maybe he doesn't, and he's really that much of a fraud.